Okay, so just so you know, today's podcast and intel, all the intel we get in, is usually caused because there's a reason to get it. Anytime Mr. Perry has done the crime to me, that means invading my privacy, contacting me or my family at all. I fucking can't stand it. It makes every inch of my skin crawl. And there's one thing that I cannot stand. Anybody that knows me knows this. I'm busy. I'm very busy. Okay. I'm fighting some pretty serious crime here, huh? Human trafficking, organized crime, all kinds of RICO violations. George and Keith, where you guys been? Oh, geez. Somebody else I think is doing your job for you, right? Well, you sit on your fat asses, and I don't know what the hell you're doing. There's a reason we don't call you a special agent or whatever. You guys get pissed off about that, we heard. We just call you FBI George and FBI Keith. You, you, you know, there's like obstruction of justice, there's witness tampering, there's coercion, there's attempted coercion, there's attempted murder, right up under your noses. Where you been? It's embarrassing. Your name is on your work product. Your name's on that. You're going to leave your kids with your work product, either a safer world or a more dangerous one. So Mr. Perry's worried about me going to the gym. First thing this morning I get up, I sure wish I knew what she was going to do. Is she going to go to the gym today? While you watch me get up in my house. Ew. Yuck. But the thing is, you did that to me, so we did that to you. The guys got a court order and got into your privacy. Didn't they? For 15 years, you can't get anything out of anybody, can you? Pathetic. Such a weirdo. It's so stupid. It's so embarrassing to everybody else outside your little room of strange-o. And you're so dumb, you don't even know that, do you? That you should be embarrassed. Nobody likes peeping toms. Nobody. Or guys who play with little girl toys. Nobody. And then kill people, murder, rape, maim, rob women and children, beat down women and children, and you think that makes you tough. So for them, for Dennis, for every woman and child you raped, for every person you killed or tried to kill, every person you hold hostage against their will, this is for them. All the intel's for them. Every time you do something to me, you're fucked. We find out more about the stuff you wanted covered up. When and where I go to the gym is none of your business. I don't know what the hell kind of boring ass piece of shit nothing has the time to worry about when I go to the gym or where I go to the gym or when I go to the gym. It's none of your business. Anybody that knows me knows that I cannot stand that. What am I going to do? None of your fucking business, you stupid little bitch. We get the help, you get told on. 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 That's what's real. That's the only thing that's real. What planet do you live on? Why aren't you embarrassed? Everybody else is. Look at this, you fucking Connie Curry. Go out with Connie Curry. You're just the same. Just boring. I wish I mattered. If only I mattered. You're sad little maniacs with no impact. Nothing to define you but your sad little maniac crimes. Right? So that's what I'm busy doing all day, George and Keith, while I don't know what the hell y'all are doing. What does your bosses say about all this? Have you been to the compounds? Have you looked? Have you looked at the paperwork? Have you seen the, dead bodies buried out in the back? That's why those places smell bad. Kids are shitting on the floor from being sodomized, we hear. We got the information. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? Are you not doing your job? You don't know why we call you FBI George and FBI Keith instead of special agent? Whose fault is that? You got to show you know what you're doing. You got to show you're trustworthy. You can't be the bitch of a sex weirdo. You can't. And get people to respect you. Nobody wants you to do your job more than we do. So why aren't you? So we hear those places smell like the sewer. Those compounds, man, they smell like the sewer. Our guy tells us. Because those kids are shitting all over the floor from being sodomized. That happens. Kids that get sodomized often just poop wherever. Living room. They'll just poop. Something wrong. Something's happening. That's their way of letting you know I'm being abused. And not only that, but dead bodies are buried out in the back, so that would tend to make it stench. Okay, so what business is it of yours, little princess, who plays with your doll all day and sits there in your little pink panties, acting like a girl, thinking you're tough, picking on women and kids? You're not tough. Listen, I don't have anything at all against, gays or trans. I don't. But the gays and trans that I know, they don't hurt people. They don't hurt anybody. They will take the shirt off their back to help you. I don't have anything against those people. Nothing at all. I mean, I've had some very good friends that were gay. I don't care anything about that. You know what I care? How do you treat people? When you bother everybody, when you impose and you burden other people with criminal activity that is disgusting to everyone else, it is socially and morally repugnant, and you're raping children, and you peep on a woman in her house against her will, and take things wrong that you aren't intended to know about at all, and sit there and go, I wonder what she's going to do. Let me tell you something. I've already answered this question, you stupid little fuck. Write it on your... Do you have a whiteboard in that little room you guys sit in and watch me? You got TVs all set up where you guys can watch me in the privacy of my home against my will without my consent. You've been billed $3,000 a day for doing that. You're going to pay it, all of you. Each and every one. When this is over, when the guys get their part done, and there's more information that we can put out, or it goes into a courtroom in a criminal case against you, every single one of you getting a bill for $3,000 a day. Okay, you had a choice. I told you to stop, so stop. You don't have my consent. I told you no. Charles, I want nothing to do with you, drama queen. Nothing. You're as far from my type as they get. If you want a job, let's say you want a job, there's no way I would like, you couldn't pay me enough to walk in a room and embarrass myself with a fuck weirdo like you. There's no way. I don't go out with prissy pants. I don't do it. Real men are chivalrous. Okay, if you're manly and you're secure in your manhood, you don't need to beat down women and kids to feel tough. Now, for the girls who are trafficked, some of them are at the compounds. They're being held hostage. Some of them are at a strip club being pimped out. Right? Some are pimped out in a strip club. Some are pimped out at a compound. Houston. There's one in south of Houston. There's one right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. It has a landing strip. It's a ranch. You guys first you wanted to take me to South Houston, then you wanted to take me to Atlanta because we started finding out a little too much information about South Houston, right? So you changed it. You want to kidnap me, don't you? We've heard you talking about it over and over. We have those conversations recorded. Often they're used as probable cause to get either extended wiretap orders or something, or some kind of investigatory order, or to add something, add a new guy or whatever. Often they're already used. Often I've already testified. Yeah, they did wreck my car 4 or 5 times, right at the wheel, every time. Same MO. Apparently they want to give me rat poison and I'm just not drinking the right thing, thank God. I have help with that, dumbass. So it's, the rat poison. I mean, why is it you guys want to kill me so bad with rat poison? Or ketamine or diazepam. I had to look some of that stuff up. I never heard of diazepam. Apparently it makes you sleepy. There's been a time or two that I was way more sleepy than I should have been. So I may have caught a little bit of that, but it didn't affect anything, did it? We're still getting the work done. This podcast and all the intel today is for my son, Dennis. It's for the girls and the kids that are raped. It's for your victims. It's for them. We matter, not you. We matter, not you. We get the help, you don't. For 15 years, you can't get anything out of anybody. Let me repeat that, because you guys are mentally slow and you need it said over and over and over. It just never clicks, right? We matter, not you. We get the help, not you. For 15 years, you can't get anything out of anybody. Nobody wants to help you. And Charles runs around, I'm killing people, and I'm assaulting people, and I'm raping women and kids. But they called me retardo. Where's my dolly? I feel sorry for me. Everybody feels sorry for me. She called me a name. Those guys called me retardo. Oh my God. Which makes everybody want to hit you. Nobody feels sorry for you. They want to hit you. They want you gone. Nobody likes that. You sick fuck. God, you're weird. You're stupid. You're so stupid. Ugh, it's embarrassing. You bought into my business, so we got in your business. Is it funny now? You take something from me, we take intel from you. So they can put you in jail, and there is no more taking. You're gone. You're just finally gone. We get the help with that. You get told on to help with that. It's been 15 years. For 15 years, all those phone calls, all that money you spent, did not a damn thing. We always look at results. If we take this certain action, what happens? Do we get the result we wanted? If we didn't, we're not going to do it again. If we did, we'll do it again. In the same set of circumstances. We're not going to just do something that worked and it's a different set of circumstances. Well, I wish I knew what she was going to do today. You can bet on it and count. You can bet on it in Vegas. It's a sure win. I will never do what you want me to do. I never have. I never will. Why in the fuck would I do that? I will never do what you want. Things never go like you want them to go. You sit there and you imagine it in your head, and it's never like you imagined it, is it? You're fucking whack jobs, all of you. This is so easy, it's not even fair. You don't have any grasp on reality. None at all. People laugh at y'all behind your backs and make fun of you because you're dumbass. You're dumbass. They do the crime to her, they get caught. They do the crime to her, they get caught. Then they run around and cry and complain and, oh, we got caught. Well, but you know good and well now, at this point, you had to know 15 years of this. If you do the crime to her, you're going to get caught. She has help. Nobody will tell you who that is. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to, there's a lot of things they don't want you to know. When they want you to know, then you'll know. When they have to tell you, then they'll tell you. Otherwise, boo fucking who? We'll get you a tissue. You're the bad guy. You're the offender. You're the killers. But go whine and crying about how you're the victim and, oh, we called you a retardo. Criminals are stupid or they wouldn't be criminals. They'd find a legit way to make money, right? That's how we see it. Because normal people aren't out selling people, trafficking humans, raping and robbing and murdering and stuff. Normal people don't do that. Normal people don't need a lie. Normal people don't have a meeting and go, just say, if we just say she's crazy, if we just lie, if you use the word just in front of your lie, does that make it less of a lie? We got that last night, okay? Last night we got y'all talking about trying to make, can we get Dr. Russell to change what she said 10, 15 years ago? Can we? Can we get her to change it? Dennis, we can't get you a wheelchair. You're supposed to help us put your mom in the psych ward. But you failed to commit the crime to our satisfaction, so we're going to deprive you of the proper medical care that you need from the injury we caused intentionally in an attempt to murder you. Dennis, Gordy, you're our new favorite. You're our new favorite bitch. Yeah, Charles tells on you all the time. Charles tells on everybody all the time. Charles is a nutbag, certified diagnosed nutbag. Charles can lie about his mental illness all he wants. He has a diagnosis from his doctor. It's just we got the information through the process of investigating him. Somebody got pissed off because he's cruel to me. Was trying to get me kicked out of my apartment. Made somebody mad enough to talk. You're not wanted. Nobody's in love with you, you sick little fuck. I don't go out with men that play with dolls. I don't. It doesn't work anyway, does it? Does it change my mind? No, it doesn't. You repulse me. You creep me out. You're just so fucking creepy. Just like most people try not to be creepy. Charles Perry literally tries as hard as he can to creep everybody out as much as possible. He flat told me that. I like being creepy. I asked him one time, why do you like being creepy? I like being creepy. I don't know. I like being creepy. Because, see, most people try not to. He tries to be creepy. Like, see, nobody's going to help you as long as you're creeping everybody out. You don't contact me. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to help you. If you contact me, we're going to fuck you up. Okay? You get everybody mad. People start talking. We get all kinds of information. Don't contact me. I don't want to hear from you. I'm going to creep you out. Oh, my God. Okay. Dumb. Then don't complain when we find out what you're up to next. I'm going to make you go. Be trafficked. We're going to make you go. Go to the gym. Drive. We're going to have you pulled over. Just call me. We're going to have you false arrested. Just call me. Oh, my God. I tried to kill your son. Call me. Why did you like me? Literally does that all day, every day. Literally does nothing else. Might that be why we get the help to shut your ass down and he gets told on to shut his ass down? Deviant, criminal, offensive, sick, twisted motherfucker. Fuck off. Fuck the hell off me. You start butting into my business, you're going to have major problems. You're going to have major problems, Connie. I fucking don't like it. You don't butt into my shit. You don't. Not without it costing you. It'll cost you. It'll cost you more than you've paid before. Okay, don't forget who you're dealing with. Okay, we get the help and you do not. In 15 years, nobody's told you a fucking thing, have they? It's not a day or a week or a month or a year. It's not once or twice. It is all day long, every day for 15 years. We have over 1 million emails where I typed up what you said in a meeting or a phone call. We have 71 names to your none. You're not quoting our meetings and phone calls, and you act like you think you are, and you're not. You're not. You better get a grip on reality. Didn't the guy say in 2023, you don't like that she finds out before? No. Guess what? You can take it to Vegas and bet on it. It's a sure win. She will find out again tomorrow. You know why? She's got people working with her that are smart. Smart enough to do their research and their homework. And they're very calculated and they're very precise. They do their research and their homework before they do anything at all. And they understand perfectly what everybody else wants. And it is not this. So, it will happen again tomorrow. Because Dum Perry can't figure out nobody likes what he's doing. Stupid David can't figure out. Lucius, David, Ben, all you got, Gordy. Nobody likes your cruelty. Nobody likes your creepy. Nobody likes what you're doing. So we get the help, not you. Jim, oh my God. Okay, here's this. Can't we get somebody to put her in the psych ward? We just say she's crazy, okay? We're not doing that. She does crazy. All you country bumpkins have those kind of conversations all the time. Over and over. You guys repeat yourselves over and over and over. So then we have to repeat ourselves over and over. And everything's the same old. It's just repeating the same shit over and over. And all we need to prove malicious aforethought and premeditation on your crimes is one time. That's it, David. So you're funny because you go around and go, we'll just let the dust settle again, and we'll just let the dust settle, and then we'll try again. Or like, perfect. Then we'll have two. Because what he'll do is he'll talk about it, and we'll catch him. We'll put it in an email or something so that we document it. I can document it. They already document it, but I can document it too. So there's an email. We send it right to you. Right to you. 400 pullover conversations you guys have had. Have her pulled over. Tell her to call us. Oh, fuck no. If you have me pulled over and the cop says, I'm going to take you to jail or you can call Charles, I'll say, take me to jail. I'll see your ass in court. All we need is, why not use one more court proceeding to build a foundation for your criminal case? The same as we did with my 3 lawsuits, 1 eviction case, and 1 traffic court case and a murder trial. You don't think that's what we're doing? You're not smart enough to keep up with us. That's exactly what we're doing. We are very methodical. We're very strategic, and everything you've done in court, in civil or any other case, we are absolutely going to use it to use in the criminal case. And I've said that. We flat told you that. We have flat told you that. Charles, I want to ruin you. I'm not in love with you. You're a job for me. You ruin people. You rape women and children. And I'm going to ruin you. Look at what I can do, you fucking retard. Look what I can do. No one else has done this. Don't forget who it is you're dealing with. Don't forget who you're dealing with. Now call everybody and cry and whine. Get your little dolly and your little skirt and your little purse and your Lee press-ons and go tell everybody how horrible things are for you when you come around me and you become the victim of a crime being when somebody calls you retard. You know, it's not against the law to call you a name. At all. But particularly when you're provoking. You hurt my child. You're keeping me from my child. That's some provocation. You're watching me in the privacy of my home. That's provocation. You're contacting me and I've asked you to shut up and fuck off. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear from you. You're concerning yourself with things in my life that are none of your business. You're provoking every time you do. Stalking is a crime in all 50 states. That's provocation. You don't need to know where I am. You don't need to know where I work. You don't need to know where I live. You don't need to know when and where I go to the gym. Mind your own fucking business. And stop provoking. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you. What I'm going to do is none of your business. You can count on me doing not what you want. Anything but what you want. What have I done for 15 years? Anything but what you want. Whatever I can do to ruin your crime. We ruin crime and we ruin criminals. And we enjoy every second of it. We enjoy every minute of it. That's what gets us off. Okay? I got a whole team. Who they are and how we communicate and all that stuff is none. We make sure you don't know exactly how all that works. Okay? We do that on purpose. It's none of your business. You're the offender. It's none of your business, bitch. Don't forget who you're dealing with. Next time you threaten me, next time you ask for information that you're not entitled to have, next time you nosy body into my life, I fucking hate that. Get a life. Boring. Get a life, you fucking bore. Get off. Go be normal. Go have one day that you're out doing something normal. And don't fucking contact me. Because if you do, you're going to piss me off. You start pissing me off, we're going to start getting intel. And then everybody runs around going, you don't like her finding out before? It's going to happen again tomorrow. Same as it's happened every day for 15 years. You know why? You're pissing people off you shouldn't be pissing off. You fucking stupid little fuck. It's not illegal to call you a name. Maybe you ought to leave everybody alone. Okay? Why don't you leave everybody the fuck alone? I don't want to invite you here. Wherever it is I am, here is wherever it is I am. You're not invited, you're not welcome. Okay? You and your delusion is incredibly embarrassing. And you're too dumb to know that. And I don't want to deal with it anymore. Nobody does. That's why we get the help to shut your ass down and you're gone. You're in prison, you're gone. And you get told on to accomplish that same thing. In 15 years, you don't know that by now. You can't get anything out of anybody because everybody wants you gone. They want you out. Gone. No more of this. We're sick of it. We're sick of it. There's people that have taken your BioLi money. Do you know how many people have said it wasn't worth it? It wasn't worth it to take that money. The cost was too much. So whatever we can do to help you, we're happy to do it. They need to be gone. Some people need to be got. This is them. This is that. It's their time to be, get them off of us. Get them off our back. We're sick of it. We don't want to deal with it anymore. Sometimes it's just not worth the money. The cost is too high. They take up too much of my time. God, just get them out of my face. What can I do to help? Yep. So you can't get any. Can't we get her into the sock board? Bunch of country bunkin' hillbilly. Oh my God. And we've already got it. We've already got this like a bazillion times already. Right? I talked to a shrink that the guys have. I talked to her. And she hears the same recordings I have here. She heard that conversation right there. She couldn't believe it. Again? Haven't we already covered this? They're having that same conversation again. What do we have now? 40? We got 40 of that same conversation. At least. Because they'll talk about it. Oh shit, she caught us. Let the dust settle and we'll try again later. Now we'll talk about it again. Now we got 2. And then you start, wait till get caught on that one. And then you let the dust settle and try again. Let's create a panacea. We're on to the panacea. We're on to that. And then you just repeat the same conversation over and over and over. So we got like 40 conversations of, let's just try to make her look crazy. We got like 400. Have her pulled over and tell her to call us. I'm not going to call you. You couldn't pay me enough to have to call you. You ought to know that by now. I've repeated it enough. Stupid. One time is all you should have to say something. In my entire life, I'm not 12, I'm 56. I owned a medical supply company, so I worked with surgeons all day, nurses, doctors all day, home care nurses all day, ET nurses all day. Then I was also in politics, so I worked with United States senators, United States congressmen, governors, judges, state reps, state assemblymen, state assemblywomen, governors. Okay, we said it one time. We don't have time for anything more than once. I don't understand you people that have to set repeat over and over and over and over and over. How is that dolly working out for you? What problem has that solved ever? Huh? What kind of grown ass man plays with a little girl toy at your age? Okay. So this is duly noted for the record again. Okay? That you wanted to try to make me look crazy. Okay. So that's for Dennis and the girls and kids you've raped. This one too. When is she going to the gym? None of your business. Get a life. Get a life and fuck out of mine. Okay? How did we find out you said that? How did we find out this morning? I sure wish I knew what she was going to do. You should know what I'm going to do. Not what you want. Nothing you want. Anything I can to ruin you and your crime. Anything we can do to get rid of you. That's within the law. I mean, you don't see me going to get, a gun and shooting you people. That's not how we do things. We want you in jail. We want you very much alive, very much in jail, and very much having to live the way that guys live who are princesses like you, where there's a bunch of prison gangs. Okay? That's what we want. We want you to live like that. We don't want to kill you. We want you to be very much alive when you got a prison gang member who's never beat up a woman or a child in his life. Looking you face to face when that's all you've ever hit. That's all you've ever beat up is a woman and a child. Weak, pathetic, stupid, old fart. Yeah, can't think past tying your shoe. When you beat up a woman or a child, you got to get 30 of your buddies to help, and you got to subdue us with rat poison or diazepam or ketamine first. Or roofies, right? You're that weak. You got a reputation already. Believe me when I say you do. They can't wait to see y'all. Yeah. Okay. That's for the victims, okay? And we got this one. Because these people are dumb. This is you. Yeah. It's not illegal to call you retard, actually. I don't call people that have Down syndrome or Asperger's or autism. I don't call them that. You're the only people I call that. Okay, they're not held back. You are. The name retard means to be held back. Right? A plant that needs to grow in the sun and is not in the sun might have the growth retarded. It's just a word people use. But you go ahead and you call around. Did you call me retardo? Did you call me retardo? And what if he did? What's it to you, huh? When you touch the hot stove and you get burned and you keep touching the hot stove, what else is it that you think we're supposed to call you? I mean, sometimes you just ain't asking for it. You just fucking asking for it. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. You got nothing else. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. You got nothing else. So you gotta say it and then we show you, David. Dumb David. We say it and then we show you. They've called you guys Apple Dumpling Gang. They've called you Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They've called you Beavis and Butthead. I think for a while Beavis and Butthead was David and Charles, and Tweedledee and Tweedledum was Charles and Matthew Powell. If I remember right, it's been a while since I've heard those. And then it was Retardo for a while. I mean, whoop-de-doo, you're killing people. You're killing people. You're raping kids. You're killing people. And do you think everybody's lining up to go feel sorry for you? Because you got called a name? It's not illegal to call you a name. You need to man up. Put your big boy pants on, okay? That didn't go over as well as you thought it did. So, I mean, you do the crime to me, you get caught. That is retardo, if you keep doing it. We don't know what else to call you. Ask George and Keith to pat you on the back and get you a tissue, okay? So, we got this one too. since you wanted to pick on me again today and get into stuff that doesn't concern you. I wonder what she's going to do today. Not what, write it down every day. If you got a whiteboard in that weirdo room you guys sit in, write it on the board. She's not going to do what you want. Take it to Vegas and bet on it. You're going to win. She won't do what you want. Things are not going to go like you planned. Ever. They never will. They never have. Basically, you can predict future outcomes based on past history. This is like common sense 101. Okay? This is like duh 101. Okay? I'm not your kind of person. I'm not. You're complete opposite of what kind of person I am. Your priorities and things that are important to you are completely opposite of what's a priority for me and what's important to me. You know what I like? Kids that can go. Here's what I like. I like to see women, even if they're single moms, be empowered. I like to see them. Okay, if you got girls working in a strip club, for sure, they own their own business. They are small business owners. They go in there and they're independent contractors. They set their schedule. There's nobody there to go wake them up and say, okay, now it's time to go to work. You need to go work now. And then when they get there, there's nobody there to tell them, okay, now you need to go sell lap dances. Okay, now you need to go sell drinks so you have money. Okay, now it's time to pay your bills. Nobody's doing that. They have to do that themselves. They have to be independent. They have to be self-motivated. They have to be self-sufficient. They have to be assertive. Right? Okay, you own your own business. You're marketing, you're the accountant, you're all of it. Okay, so all those women are business owners. They're independent contractors. They're not on schedule. They might be on a loose. Well, technically, strip clubs, if you're an independent contractor, are not supposed to tell you when you go to work. You just go to work. But some do at least put you on a schedule on certain. But you choose your schedule. You decide that. Mr. Perry, every contact will get me more intel, and you just did it again against my will. I don't care what you think. I don't want to help you. You fucking retard. Why can't you get that? To his own detriment. To no avail, to his own detriment, that man humiliates himself all day long, every day. Spends a lot of time and money doing it. That's why I don't do business with sex perverts. They can't control their compulsions. They got to scratch that itch. Okay, this is what happens when you contact me. Get the fuck out of my privacy. Get the fuck out of it. So these girls are independent contractors. A lot of them are single moms. And I like to see women empowered. I like to see women empowered to understand what they really are. You go to work. You sell yourself. You make your own money. You decide how much you're going to make. You decide how you're going to make it. You own your own business. They're not making the money you are. These fat-ass old farts are weak. Okay, most of these guys are in their 60s. They're out of shape. They're fat. They're slobs. They're slimy. They're gross. You're young. You're 20. You work a pole. You dance. You might not be in perfect shape, but I assure you, because of the physical activity required of your job, you're in better shape than they are. Why do you think they've got to drug women to subdue them? Because they know good and well you could beat the shit out of them if you really wanted to. There's certain places you can hit a man. First of all, if you take the bottom of your fist and you shove it up their nose, they're not going to do anything. Not for a while. You get your keys and you go at their eyes. You get your fist and you go at their nose. You get your elbow, you go at their fat-ass gut. And if you hit the chest just right, you can stop their heart if you want to. I can do it. You hit somebody's chest just the right way, at just the right place, their heart will stop. I can do that. If I want to kill you, I will kill you. You're not going to hurt me, and you're sure shit not going to kidnap me. Why do you think they want to drug me with diazepam or roofie? Because they know good and well if I want to kill them, they're dead. If they try to kidnap me. I'm not looking for them. I'm not going where they are. These people are human traffickers trying to kidnap me. They're coming where I am. I don't concern myself with when they go to the gym. I don't give a shit. They don't matter to me. But they concern themselves when and where I go to the gym. None of your business. None of your business at all. You can break something. You can use the shard of glass on a vase or a pitcher or a mirror or whatever. You can grab that glass and cut them and run away. I mean, there's a lot of things a woman can do to protect herself against an attacker. You can kick their knee back, hyperextend the knee, kick it as hard as you can. If you know a man has an individual, a man, woman, child, it doesn't matter. Well, hopefully not a child. Hopefully he wouldn't beat up a child. Don't ever beat up a child. But if some man, attacker, if you know that individual has an injury on bad knees, kick the shit out of their knees. If you know they have a back injury, make sure you hurt them in their injury. Wherever the injury is, kick the shit out of it. Kick the shit out of it. One time I was at the club, and this homeless guy comes over and starts stealing stuff out of the storage unit, and he was limping. And I called my boss, and I said, "Look, there's a guy I'm having to run off of the property, stealing stuff out of the storage unit. There was nothing really of value in there. It was just mostly junk, but we didn't want people on the property. And I really, he didn't really care. There was really no need to tell him that, except that he needed to know that if there's stuff missing out of the storage unit, that's why." So I'm telling him I was able to catch him, because we had that happen more than once. And I said I was able to catch him before he was able to get anything. He said, "Do you want a gun?" I said, "I don't need a gun. The guy's limping. All you have to do is kick the bad leg. He's fucked. If it, and if that doesn't work, I call 911. I'm not scared to call 911, but I don't need a gun. Why do you need a gun? You don't want to kill someone unless you absolutely have to. Most of the time, you can just disable them. But if you have to, then you have to. Because if it's me or you, it's not going to be me. Why would it be me? If you're coming after my life, I'm going to kill you. You'll die. You're not going to live. I also have guys that if that doesn't work, 500 feet away, dude, they'll shoot you in the head. If they can get this kind of information and your names and stuff, you think they can't shoot you in the head? If they can tell me how my son's doing, despite your best efforts to keep me from that information, sorry, but they can shoot you in the head. If they can get these names, your code words and your names, you don't think they can get to you to shoot you in the head if you get within 500 feet of me? Why are you worried about when I go to the gym? See, if they tell me, they're worried about you going to the gym. And you do that like every day. And we're like scratching our head like we know this already. We already know. This is just repeating again. Okay, so girls, you're 20-something. You fly around on a pole. Your job is physically demanding. You got old farts who can't even hardly walk. Beat the shit out of them and get out of that. Because you can. And that way, you get to be the woman who, if you can make money dancing, you can make money doing anything. You're selling a product. Go sell it, whatever product you want. You sell whatever product you want. Okay, you don't need them. You're making the money. They're leeching off of you. They're leeching off you. You want to beat them up? Beat them up. You can. You're stronger than they are. You're in better shape than they are. These guys are in their 60s. They can't keep up with you physically. There's no way. I just told you where to hit them. Hit them in place. They got Krav Maga videos on YouTube. Learn how to do Krav Maga. It's not that hard. Just get your keys between your fingers. Hit them in the eye. Poke their eye out. They seem to like causing the loss of eyes. Maybe you should cause the loss of theirs. Then you can take your kids to school, regular school. And you can attend PTA meetings. And you can take them to ballet and t-ball and gymnastics. And do normal things normal people do. And not have to worry that some freaky fuck sicko, is going to grab your baby and go rape them. And you have to sit there and listen to your kids screaming. There's nothing you can do. There is something you can do. Kill them. And then call 911. While they're raping your kid, break something, get some knife or something. Gosh, if I had been there when this happened to CJ, I would have acted like the nicest part. Oh, you guys are so wonderful. I think I'm going to go in the kitchen. I'd have found a knife. I'd have cut his throat, ear to ear, and then we'll call the cops. Okay, let's draw attention to this. We're going to bring attention here. We're going to draw attention to this. We're going to make sure there's a police call here. There's going to be a 911 call here. So if you watch the movie Human Trafficking with Donald Sutherland and Mira Sorvino, that's kind of how it starts out. Unfortunately, one of the girls could not stomach one more sucking of a you-know-what. She jumped out. She she swanned out the window. So now you got splat all over, Well, that drew attention. That opened an investigation, and they shut the whole fucking thing down. Draw attention. Okay, some law enforcement's on the payroll, but there's some things that even the guys on the payroll cannot cover up. And a slit throat of a pedophile is one of those things. That's one of those things. There's things you can do to get out of this. You're not stuck by any stretch. You can always call me. You can call me. Anybody can call me. I'll help anybody who needs my help. Sometimes, we've been helping my son. He didn't even ask. Okay, we don't need permission. It's not a crime to get called the name, bitch. Go get your dolly and cry and whine to Judy. I don't think anybody else cares to hear it. I really don't. I think that turns people against you. There's things that you can do to get people to help you, and things you can do to get them to work against you. And that's all I'm going to say. You figure the rest out. I'm not your attorney. I don't give a fuck about you. Okay, for 15 years, you can't get anything out of anybody. We got all that. Things changed when you did the crime to me, you stupid little fuck. You're so retarded. Look at this. This is you. Oh my God. Wow. How embarrassing. Aren't you embarrassed? We are. We're embarrassed by you. Very embarrassed by you. So we get this one here also. Who's the Dickster? We know who the Dickster is. That's a pretty important guy right there. He's not real happy we have his name, his nickname. Yeah. Okay. And you can't get anything out of anybody, and you think you're going to tell me what to do? You think you're going to butt into my business? You're shitting us with that, right? Yeah. So you young girls that swing around the pole, and you got a physically demanding job, and you got a bunch of 60-year-old old farts, with arthritis in the knees and blah, blah, blah. You can take that one. You can take that shit down, man. You don't need to put up with that. And you can go to your PTA meetings and have your kid have a fucking normal-ass life. You don't have to live like you're living. You can make money. You are making the money. They're leeching off you. They're pathetics, and they're weak, and they're stupid. Use it. Go with that. That's what we've done. Well, I have help, and they have ways of getting information without. But you can do a lot more than you think you can. You have a lot more power than you think you have. They'll lie to you and tell you don't have any power. It's bullshit. Choose not to believe the lie. Okay? You decide. The same thing is with my son. My son needs to decide. There's things that I think the doctors are telling him that aren't quite right, aren't they? Aren't you telling the doctors to lie to him? Okay. Our guys are going to deal with you on that. Okay? Why is he not with me? They're going to deal with you on that too. That's your choice. We've told you what is required of you, especially if you want the guys to call you. You're doing everything opposite. So they're not going to call you. That's your choice. My son, if you watch, like I said, the movie Seabiscuit, and you see Red Pollard, the movie Seabiscuit right now is, last I checked, was on CBS Paramount. You can watch it if you have a subscription. And a lot of times you can do a 7-day free trial. And it's a true story. So you got the jockey, Red Pollard, who is going to ride Seabiscuit, Seabiscuit was smaller horse, and he was lazy. And nobody thought he'd win anything. So you got that horse, and then you got Red Pollard, who was too tall to be a jockey. And they got those two together, and because they determined in their minds, we're going to win. Once you decide, I'm going to set a goal, this is my goal, here's what I'm going to do. Then you start working towards achieving that goal a little more every day, a little more. Dennis improve a little more every day, and a little more every day, and a little more every day. And next thing you know, in a year, just kind of like college. You go to college for 4 years. It's one class at a time. Next thing you know, 4 years later, you got a degree. Same thing with your health. Every day, improve a little bit. Every day, improve a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And then next thing you know, in a year, you're walking just fine. It's up to you, not the doctor. You decide, not them. No one can tell you when and how your body's going to heal. Nobody. I can't. You can't. The doctor can't. Okay. Red Pollard had a horse fall on him. First of all, he had to, unfortunately, it was during the Great Depression, so everybody went broke. They had no money for anything at all. So he starts working at, as a ranch hand, and he started fighting for money. He gets hit in the side of the head. Now he's blind in his right eye. Okay, so he can't see a damn thing out of his right eye. But he still was a jockey. He's too tall. He can't see anything out of his right eye. He's handicapped, kind of. And then he has a horse fall on him and crush him. And the doctors are like, he'll probably walk again, but there's no way he can ride. And then Seabiscuit broke his leg. Well, everybody knows that when a horse breaks his leg, you put him down. They did not. They're like, nope. We're gonna keep him. We're gonna work him. We're gonna let it heal. They never expected, though, that he would be in another horse race. Keeping him alive and walking again was going to be something for a horse that's difficult at best. Well, sure as shit, he recovers and he did race again, and Red Pollard rode him, and they won. Okay, so the doctors were wrong, the veterinarian was wrong, and everybody was wrong. They decided. This is my life. I decide what I'm going to do. I decide I'm going to heal. I decide I'm going to walk. And day by day by day, I get better and better and better, and I'm going to work at it, a little at a time. Okay, same way I did with college, one class at a time. And next thing you know, a year from now, 5 years from now, it's not up to Charles. If Charles wants you to die, Charles is going to have to deal with me. Little pussy's going to have to deal with me. Picks on kids thinking that makes him tough. He's dealing with us. We can get this, and he can't get shit because of what he's done to my son, and because my son's not with me. Okay? You don't do the crime to me and get away with it, dumb fuck. This is you. Don't cry about being called a retard. What else are we supposed to call you? It's not illegal to call you a name, you little pussy. You're a little sissy. You really are. I don't have any problem with trans people or gay people. I have a problem with little bitches who think you're tough picking on women and children. And you're so weak. You're so weak. It is not manly to do that. Manly men, are very confident in themselves. They have a good relationship with their mother, by the way. These guys helping me, all of them get along just fine with their moms. So why don't you? Why don't you? Sissy. They can't imagine beating a woman or a child. But they protect women and children, don't they? What do you think we're doing this for? Yeah. So go cry about, you just tried to kill my son. You're raping me in the privacy of my home. How nasty. How gross. I'm going to starve you. We're going to do run the tornado on you and make you starve and broke. Why don't you like me? We're going to make you go. Oh, fuck no, you're not, bitch. No, you're not. What planet do you live on? See, what else are we supposed to call you about retardo? What happens instead is we get this. You stupid little fuck. You're so retarded. It's so embarrassing. It's like, oh my God. You forget who you're talking to. No other victim has that. Did you think I was a victim? I'm not. Look, you're a job. You're a job. I've never met Bittencourt. I've never met Gordy. That I know of. When have I met Gordy that I know of? How do I have his name? Police surveillance. I have help. Don't forget who you're talking to, stupid. Same thing with Lucius. As far as I know, I've never met him. Sanjay, Beverly, same thing. Erica, Renee, same thing. Marvin, I think I've met. Richard, I think I've met. But they didn't walk up to me and say, hi, I'm Richard or I'm Marvin. I work for Charles. I'm his bitch. We're doing human trafficking. Never they don't introduce themselves like that to me. So I can't even say absolutely. And I think I've seen Marvin like once. So if I saw him again, I probably wouldn't even know that's who that was. Poke and peep. Jesus, you're so embarrassing. You're so weird. Ugh, you're creepy. Ugh. Creepier the better, though, for you, right? Yuck. But that's why we get the help and you don't. For 15 years. A lot of people in power don't want to align themselves with somebody as freaky, Jason, weirdo, fuck, creepy as you. Okay? So, you don't get the help. We do. So this one was about, anyway, so My son can make up his mind and then work a little at it every day and see how his body heals. Because that's not up to you. That's up to him and God. Nobody can tell him that. The doctors can't tell him that. I can't tell him that. He everybody's body heals differently at different rate, And if he decides, like Rhett, what's his name, Poland, I'm gonna get better and I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna ride my horse again and we're gonna win another race. And that's the way it's gonna be. And we're gonna work at it a little every day. That's all there is to it. And then he did. And my son can do the same thing. He walks because he decides he's gonna walk. And he's gonna work at it a little every day. And you're not gonna get in his way because I'll get in your way. You gotta deal with me. You little pussy. You're such a fucking weak-ass pussy. Real men don't pick on women and children, and then you're so weak you gotta get all your buddies to help, and then it's so weak that even that's not enough. You gotta hide behind other people, your TV, your phones, and subjugate us with drugs and poisons and turpentine in a bong. That's how pathetic and weak you are, you little sissy-ass bitch. You're such a bitch, and you're pathetic. And that's your reputation now, believe me. They're waiting for you. They can't wait to meet you. Okay? Believe me. Poking peep. Sit on your fat ass all day and bother everybody. Everybody complains about it. We hear about it all the time. Does he not have something better to do? Does he not have something important to do? Because we do. We don't have time for these phone calls anymore. Y'all hurry up and put him in jail. I don't want to take these calls ever again. I'm sick of hearing that bitch whine. What is wrong with him? Well, he has Huntington's disease. Also, we got that from his cruelty. Pissed somebody off. And so we found out he's got Huntington's disease. He's a certified diagnosed wackadoo. They're trying to say, let's lie and say she needs a psych ward. And that she's schizophrenic. And that, I don't know, how else do we cover this crime up? Just say, get her kid to help hurt her. And if he doesn't commit the crime to our satisfaction, we'll deprive him of medical care that he needs from the injury we caused intentionally. We know you caused it intentionally. We have intel to that effect. We'll deal with that in your criminal trial. You go ahead and lie all you want. You want to go into court and lie to Judy and Judge Egan? Knock yourself out. We don't care. We really don't fucking care. We're dealing with it in your criminal case. Okay, we're not getting this information for nothing, dumb fuck. I don't care what bullshit story you tell yourself. It doesn't have anything to do with us at all. Nothing at all to do with us. It doesn't affect us at all. The lies you tell yourself doesn't affect us one bit. In fact, it makes our job a lot easier. Because you let your guard down. Because you live in some other reality. And so when you live in some other reality and you sit around bullshitting yourself all day, then you let your guard down and we get all kinds of shit. See, people can't get anything out of me because I'm very, very, very guarded. You taught me how to do that. You taught me to be guarded. Right? Don't open your mouth. You'll lose something important to you or someone important to you, so don't talk. So I don't. But you're the opposite. I'm dealing with reality. Here's what's real. Here's what I'm really, really dealing with. These people will hurt you and they'll hurt you bad, and they don't care. So keep your mouth shut. Talk about what they want to talk about. Just don't say what they want you to say. And there's that. Because if you mess that up, you're screwed. They'll take something or someone you love. So don't screw that up. Right? Don't you guys complain about can't get anything out of her? No. You taught me not to talk. Okay, you taught me that. Every time I did, you punished me with a loss. So I don't talk anymore. But you do. Because you got your guard down. You're in delusion. So we get stuff like this. We get all kinds of information. Gordy and Hoyt. And your names and shit. Right, Mr. Betancourt? What about Beverly, Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto? I don't know those people. Kiki, Kendra, Victoria. Isn't Kiki and Victoria and Geppetto your witches you hired to cast spells on me, and it has never worked? Never has that worked. Okay, well, I'm a Christian. And I don't do everything perfectly. I cost like a sailor. But I'm living in a world of criminals who don't understand Leave It to Beaver language. So we talked about this before, the BSU If you watch the TV show Mindhunter on Netflix, it is based on the book Mindhunter that was written by John Douglas and Robert Ressler, who set up the profilers. Well, they had to go around and they had this they needed to interview guys like Ed Kemper and BTK and all these serial killers. They wanted to find Richard Speck, and they wanted to find out what their backgrounds were. They're everybody was kind of, I think, at trying to figure out what makes a person kill another person. Why in the fuck would you do that to somebody? Right, Charles? Why in the fuck would you hurt a kid who did nothing to you at all? Why do you hurt women who moved twice to get away from you so there wouldn't be a conflict? Everywhere you go, you cause conflict. Why would anyone do that? Normal people don't do that. Why do you? So, they're wanting to look into that. And I think this was like in the 70s. And so they go around in the interview and they want to find out, well, what was your upbringing like? Is this a biological thing or is it a social thing? And of course, when you study criminology, they got biology theories, they got social theories, they got economic theories, they got a bunch of different theories as to what in the fuck is wrong with that guy that made him do that horrible thing to another person. Because the rest of us don't act like that. Why did he? Is he mentally ill? Is he mentally stupid? Is he had a rough upbringing? Why do you Alani Athens has his theory of violent subjugation and brutalization and this kind of violence as a child, or you had to watch the violence as a child, made you grow up and you became violent, blah blah blah. Okay, so anyways, I don't really care why a person does that stuff. I don't. What I care about though is if there's a crime scene and you can read the crime scene and tell what kind of criminal you're dealing with, and it might help you find who did it. That I'm interested in. As to why you're fucked up, I don't care. I really fucking don't give a fuck. Whatever. Go call your mom. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. I fucking, and they kind of say that in that TV show. They're like, if you're looking at a mutilated body, the last thing you want to think, you consider important is the guy who did it, the offender's difficult upbringing. Who gives a fuck? Whoop-de fucking do. People have bad childhoods sometimes. Everybody doesn't go around doing that, mutilating bodies and shit. I don't care. I'm with him on that. I'm sorry, I am. But if it helps me find the guy who did it, then I'm all for that. For that reason, I like to study that shit. Anyways, in the process of getting these interviews in with these criminal guys, these violent offenders, and their serial, they're talking to Richard Speck, who won't open up to them until one of them says, "You robbed us of 8 ripe cunts." And then he starts talking. Okay, that's very offensive language, especially in this back then, 60s and 70s. It was very offensive language. So he gets in trouble for that. However, the FBI failed to consider the fact they're collecting data, and that is part of the data. How do you talk to these people in a way to get them to tell you the information you need? Sometimes you got to talk like them, because they don't talk like normal people. These people are deviant. That's the way they think different than we. They think in ways that are offensive to normal people. And so, unfortunately, in order to communicate with people like that, you got to talk like them, which is going to offend normal people. So, my language, I've been living in hell for 15 years. But look what we got out of that, Judy. We got stuff nobody has, Judy. You got an Atlanta ranch just outside Atlanta with a landing strip on it that's surrounded by 6 to 10 miles of land. If the victims can get past that, you've bought the neighbors 20 miles outside of that. So that if they get away and go to a neighbor's house, the neighbor gets paid a fuck ton if they bring him back, right? You got one in North Carolina. You got one in Lexington, Kentucky. You got one in South Dakota. Well, where else are your human trafficking homes? Your brothels, your pedophile brothels. Where are they? You got one in Fort Lauderdale. Was my son at one when you tried to murder him? Where is he now? Why am I not with him? Why is he not with me? We told you that you were to get him with me, and we didn't give you a choice, did we? And we said it's going to cost you. Every day that you don't do exactly what we told you to do. So don't whine and complain. You asked for that, right? Okay. So this one is an argument, apparently, between somebody and what? A governor? Governor Abbott? Governor Stint? Which one? Which governor? Wasn't real happy. How'd she find out about... Here she's finding out about what we're doing in court that we shouldn't be doing in court. And all the bullshit they're talking about in court. They're saying a lot of stuff that's not true about her. She's finding out about it and she's addressing it on Facebook. She's not in the courtroom. Nobody really knows how that's happening. Really? You sure you don't know how that's happening? Okay. If you contact me, Charles, I'm going to find out stuff like that. If you invade my privacy, we're going to find out stuff like that. If you take from me, I'm going to take from you. You're taking my time away from my son. You took his health. You're taking medical needs from him. You're taking my financial needs from me. You take my money, I'm going to take yours. It's just my method is going to be legal, and yours won't. Yours isn't. You take, we take. You cause a problem for me, and we're going to cause 100 for you. Just like that. That's how that works. It's been that way 15 years. You can't get anything out of anybody because your conduct is very, very offensive to normal people. Your conduct is offensive. Your conduct is very offensive. Your conduct, sir, is bitch-ass offensive. We've told you to stop, or you're going to be stopped. We've told you that for 15 years. I don't care what bullshit story you tell yourself why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. We're getting the intel. It's our intel. We decide. Mr. Perry, if you contact me, I'm going to get more intel. You contact me, I'm going to fuck you up. I don't want to hear from you. I'm tired of you. Listen, you either threaten me or you're asking for information I don't want to give you, or you're telling me how you feel. I don't want to hear it. You're still contacting me, and I asked you to stop. You're still contacting me, and I've asked you repeatedly not to do that. I don't want to hear it. I don't care to hear it. Every day that bitch threatens me with jail, a pullover, a false arrest, a kidnapping, murder. Every single day. And he's done that for 15 years. All day long. And then he tells, I love you. Wow, okay. Listen, wackadoo, I don't love you. And that's not what love is. Don't forget who you're talking to, dumb fuck. This is you, man. Does he have Huntington's disease? He's got something wrong with him. He's that. Our shrink said it before we knew you had Huntington's disease. I'm reading his email, she said. See, I have a shrink, Charles. I don't need yours. She hears the same recordings I hear. And more. She actually hears more than I do. Because there's other victims and stuff that I'm not into that. I mean, it's a need to know. So if I don't need to know it, they don't tell me. Okay? She does need to know. So she does hear all the rest. I don't hear. So you're going to have to get past her. Okay? But they're going to put you in jail first anyway. You can sit there in court like that. Wonder what's happening. Anyways, whatever it was I wanted to say, I changed my mind. I don't want to say it. Okay, so on this blog, look what that says. Look what that says. So a lot of stuff that we've gotten out of the courtroom that I wasn't even in is on here. Okay? And it even explains why we do that. How we do that. See? Charles is mentally retarded. Basically is what our shrink said. Okay, so when y'all run around going, we need to lie and make it like she's crazy. Country bunkin'. Y'all talk. I can't listen. Anybody that knows me, there's a new show with Kristen, what's her name? I can't remember her name, but she was on Mom and she was on Third Rock from the Sun, and I love her as an actress, and she was great on Mom, but she's got her own new show now, which I can't watch it. I tried because I don't do the country bunkin' deal. I don't fucking do it. I don't want to hear it. I don't do the country bunkin' I can't stand it. The only reason I liked Reba quite a bit when that was on, because there's other people on this show that don't talk like country bunkin', but I literally can't hardly stand to listen to that. Take the hair out of your mouth and talk like a normal person, please. I fucking can't stand to listen to. And like, yeehaw! We're all from yeehaw. I fucking can't do it. I just literally, I feel like, oh, just shut up and write it for me, okay? I don't want to hear. So, okay, so we got this. No other victim has any of this. Right, Mr. Perry? You forget who you're talking to. You start threatening me and asking me for information, and we're like, yeah, I'm sorry. You act like you are quoting our conversations, and you have our names, and you have our code words, and you do not. Okay, you act like you think it's the other way around. It is not the other way around, sir. It's the opposite of the other way around. We're quoting you. You're not quoting us. Okay, I guess he's not wanting everybody to see that because he's messing with my... Charles does that. When he wants to hide something, that's what he does. Yep. Huh. Okay, so let me figure this out for a second. Okay, see? The victim has this. Yeah, we got a menu here. Mr. Perry's jamming that up. Okay, we got a menu here of a whole fuck ton of intel. See? Now, if we have this, listen to that. I recorded the conversation. This guy's like soliciting prostitution on behalf of Mr. Perry. But I'm the crazy one. Mr. Perry comes where I moved twice to get away from him to an entirely different state. Talking to my family behind my back, having them lie to him. Somehow talks my son into going to a compound where he hands him a bong full of turpentine and he died. My son died. They brought him back. Right? Where's the FaceTime? Nobody's made any attempt at all to FaceTime my son to prove that wrong. None at all. So, okay, duly noted for the record. Anyway, so we got all this, but I'm the crazy one. Our shrink disagrees, Mr. Perry. Did your shrink get their license out of a Cracker Jack box, too? You like dealing with all these people who get their license out of a Cracker Jack box. That's not really our thing. In case you missed it, we kind of do things a lot better than that, higher quality. You just like low-hanging, low-quality bullshit, don't you? It's not my problem. It makes our job so much easier. You have no idea. Okay, so we got, no other victim has this kind of stuff, but I have it. What does that mean, Charles? It's our intel. We decide what we're going to do with it, not you. We don't go ask the offender, what do you think we should do with the evidence we've collected while investigating you? No one does that. We sure shit don't. Yeah, okay. We don't sit around and wring our hands and go, I wonder if they believe there's an investigation. Have you guys ever heard us say, no, we don't care what they believe. They can go tell themselves whatever they want to believe. Shapeshifters, aliens. He's asking me, are your kids leaking? My kids might be leaking to who? Up your ass? Or are they leaking to... You say there's no police investigation. So are they leaking up your ass? Are they leaking... What information are they leaking? First of all, do they know criminal information to give to law enforcement? Are they leaking that information up your ass or to Roswell aliens or shapeshifters? Or if there's no cops, who is it they're leaking to, sir? Do you hear the words that come out of your mouth before you say it? Do you think this thing's through before you blurt out something that doesn't even make sense? Yeah, wackadoo. Okay. We get to help. Because people really don't want anything to do with that. Just Looney Tune thing you got going. A lot of people don't. They really don't want to deal with it. So we get the help and you don't. It's our intel. We decide what to do with it. And when to do it and how to do it. We decide what to do, when to get it, how to get it. Not y'all. You act like you think it's the other way around. It is not. You think a lot of things, though, so it's not our problem. We're not your special education teachers. We're not your attorney. So you go think whatever you want. Get your little dolly, and your little pink purse, and your little dress, and go cry and whine about how you got called retardo after you did something that was retarded. You're violent criminals. You're violent offenders. Nobody's lining up to give you, a little pat on the back. Oh, poor baby. They called your name. Whatever. Big Boy Pants. Heard of them? Yeah. Okay. We don't... When you guys have your meetings, we're like, sit there and laugh because the stupid things you say. We're just like, wow. And Charles pissed at me. Yeah, I'm gonna bang on things and poke things. Why don't they like me? Creep everybody out. Why do they? He does some of the weirdest shit. When he goes to his criminal trial, everybody's gonna hear about that stuff. I'm not allowed to talk about it right now. The absolute weirdest ass shit no normal person could think of if they had to. It will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. That's the kind of shit they do. Literally, no normal person could even think that crap up. The weirdo shit they do all day long. Weird shit. Creepy ass shit. And they can't figure out, nobody will help tell them anything. Can't get anything out of anybody in 15 years. And we quote you guys every single day, all day long. Yeah. Maybe because they don't like you for the weirdo, creepy shit you do all day that no normal person could think of if they had to. I don't know, maybe it's that. Okay, so these people, we've played these people in podcasts a lot. There's a man stalking this woman. His conduct is very offensive to other people. It's illegal to stalk, okay, in all 50 states. By the way, unfortunately, a lot of times stalking precedes murder in the first. You got Rebecca Schaefer. You got Drew Carey's girlfriend was murdered by her stalker. You got Teresa Saldanis, who was stabbed by her stalker. You got a lot of times stalkers kill their victims. So it's very important that police properly take... First of all, you need to fucking take this shit seriously, and if you don't, then don't complain when someone else does. Your job for you. Right, Tulsa Police, you got connecting the dots, and, you know, that the national... Hang on. Yeah, see, there's a link on the blog that was posted like yesterday. Mr. Perry, if you contact me, I'm going to fuck you up. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear from you. Why can't you get that? Fuck the hell off me. Okay, so this right here is a video that shows here's how police are to handle stalking reports. Part of what they say is, one, establishing the fear, which if you look at what I told Dr. Russell, I'm in fear for what he's going to... I don't like him interfering. I don't like butt-ins. I don't like little butt-in Berthas who have no life and get into my shit. You go do your own shit. I fucking can't stand that. That's one of the things I did not like about Lubbock. Here I lived in Vegas. Everybody's really too busy for that. You really don't have a lot of problems with gossip and shit in Vegas because it's a very fast-paced world. It's get it done yesterday. Nobody has time to worry about what the neighbor down the street's doing. Really, you don't have time. You don't have time unless you're buddies with him, unless you're friends with him, or there's a reason for you to know what the guy down the street's doing. Really, nobody knows. They don't care unless it's your friend. If it's your friend, then you care, but that's a little different situation. But there's no like Gladys, peeping out the window. No one has time for that in Vegas. Nobody has. You don't spend time gossiping. Nobody has time for that. There's no butting in, nosy body shit. I didn't have any problem with that in Vegas because nobody fucking has the time. Everybody's busy. It's a do it yesterday kind of world. So when I got to Lubbock, and it's do it tomorrow or maybe next week or maybe next month, and it was like that some in Tulsa as well. And everybody's worried about what everybody else is doing, and boy, that drives me nuts. I fucking can't handle it. It's like, wow, get busy in your own deal. Just, go do your own thing. And there were a couple of other girls, of course you're talking about 20-year-olds, that I work with, that there would be more than once we'd have to tell them, mind your own business. You worry about you. Okay, don't worry about that girl over there. Just mind your own damn thing. You focus on, you go out and you make money, and you don't worry about what everybody else is doing, and is she this, and is he that. Go make your money and shut up. And really, that's it. You'll make a lot more money if you'll go make your money and shut up, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. So, we had people worried about how much money I was making. Well, doesn't concern you. You go make your money, and I'm going to make my money, and you shut up and leave me alone. Really, really, really can't stand that. I don't like country bumpkin. I don't want to hear your yeehaw accent, your little hee-haw thing you got going. I don't want to hear your wackadoo, Charles. I don't give a fuck what you think. You creep me out. You fucking creep me out. shut up and leave me alone. Shut up and leave me the fuck alone. Go work. Okay? Go do something normal. Okay? Go do something normal. You want how to get women to like you? Go do normal things normal guys do. There's no other way. There's no other way. You are every turn-off thing, every women. Ugh. Yuck. Gross. You gross me out. Okay. I don't like, fucking can't stand the nosy body deal. Okay, anyways, and I don't like your country bunkin' accents. I fucking can't stand hearing it. We got to listen to you guys talk on these recordings and stuff, and sometimes I'm like, why don't you guys tell me the general gist of it? I'm not going to sit here and listen to that. The yeehaw. Yeah, we gonna go down to the shit kicking. Oh my god, shut up. Just shut up. Just fucking learn how to talk right. Charles, put your doll down and act like a man. That thing has never solved your problems. What is wrong with you? What in the fuck? How did you think up that shit anyway? Who thought that up? I want to know who thought that up. I'd like to slap that bitch across the face. Get a life, boring. Just get a fucking life. Okay, so we're told about this doll he has, and I'm not even gonna, like I said, at his criminal trial, that'll all come out then. I don't really need to explain that now. He can explain it. Let him explain it. Otherwise, in the criminal trial, we're happy to bring all that out. The weirdo shit he sits around doing all day. Okay, so this connecting the dots also talks about vandalism. Make sure that when you got a citizen that's reporting vandalism to their car, ask about maybe they have a stalker and they don't realize they have a stalker. Okay, gosh, I had so much vandalism. You guys like doing property damage, right? Illegal entry, property damage, take the tail light out and have her pulled over. Oh, so many times. Okay, so this video is how we expect police to do their job. It's an expectation and a reasonable one. And if you can't do it, somebody else will. Okay, we have people. I have people. They're in law enforcement. They're doing what Tulsa police couldn't do or wouldn't do. Or Lubbock police, right? Mr. Perry? Yeah. They love kicking asses of criminals like you. They love it. They get off on that. Okay? Just so you know. So, okay, so we have these people here who have taken some of the video from Lori Bori is her TikTok name, and her stalker's name is Neil. And they're clearly describing their feelings and their perception about all this, which is exactly our same, which should be yours, Judy and George and Keith. I mean, these people are not in law enforcement. They're not feds. They're not locals. They're not county. They're not state. They're not judges. They're not lawyers. They're not prosecutors. And yet they can identify offensive conduct. So why can't you? You look pathetic. And that's not our problem. We're not your attorneys. We don't give a shit. So you have to explain that in the criminal trial, okay? All of you. George and Keith, we don't know about George and Keith. I don't have anything really to do with George and Keith. We're just kind of wondering what George and Keith are doing during the day when our guys are finding out what's going on with compounds and dealing with federal stalking. Texas, Oklahoma, that's a crossing of state lines. There's federal stalking laws preventing that. Why is Charles always where I am? And he's claiming to be the victim of what? Where I am. Gosh, if things are so dangerous for you where I am, go home to your family, cuckoo bird, and crochet with your grandkids and leave me alone. Quit provoking, and quit antagonizing me, and quit pestering me all day, and quit taking my money, and go fuck off, okay? Then you won't have to worry about that anymore, will you? Yeah, it's not illegal to call you a name. Go whine and cry, where's the line of people trying to help you with information? Because they think you're a poor victim. No, that's not how that works. We get the help, not you. In 15 years, you can't get anything out of anybody. I matter, not you. Remember, I told you that in 2016. Things are different now. I matter, you do not. The victims matter, not you. Stupid. You old fart, creepy fuck. Girls. Women. Me Too movement. You heard of it? Defunding police. A lot of things have changed. People are demanding better now. Things that people are saying, no, we're not doing this anymore. This isn't good enough for our society. Put a stop to that. End that shit. We're not going to put up with that here. Why we should have never put up with it here. Okay. So, if these people can identify offensive conduct, then why can't Judy Parker? Why can't Steve Kunzweiler? Why can't law enforcement officers, wherever you go? Charles? David? Steve? Can you not keep up with your average citizen? Oh my gosh. Well, that's not our problem, because we got it. Whatever you were supposed to do and you didn't, we're doing it. Okay? I'm sorry if you don't like that, nobody asked you. You know who matters? Victims. Victims and how they feel. That's what matters. Not you. Not the offender. Offenders don't matter. Not anymore.
Especially if they're making it very clear.
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone. Especially if they're making it very clear.
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon. Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is
feel?
that the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road.
Both of us said, stalker pictures are inappropriate. Please stop. Leave my family the fuck alone. Right? So why are you imposing on us? Why do you continue to bother us? Nobody invited you where I am. You're not welcome where I am. No matter where I am, you're not welcome there. Okay? Fuck off. And if you're too stupid to tell what stalking is, Judy, Steve, I mean, that's not my problem. There's a criminal case being built against Mr. Perry and anybody in bed with him. So you got to deal with that. We don't really care what you think.
I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't
get
give a fuck.
it.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
a
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army.
You're
I
gonna
don't give a
find
fuck.
Stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave
happened?
me
What
alone.
steps?
Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop.
Leave
me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God.
See, this is how people end up on Lifetime. This is how people get hurt and stabbed, and then you want to say that the woman is crazy because she was the one walking down the street in whatever clothes that she was wearing. If a woman tells you to leave her alone and they're constantly walking away from you, that is your cue to back the hell up, turn around, and talk it up. She does not want to deal with you. And no, she does not have to give you an explanation. And no, she does not even have to give you 5 seconds of anybody's damn time, because you cannot control your primal feelings from your testosterone running through your veins till you see something pretty that you think you're supposed to have. Leave her alone.
What does that say? It says leave me the fuck alone. So I moved 2 times to get away from Charles Perry. I didn't want to hear from him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want anything to do with him at all, and to avoid a conflict. I don't want to conflict with him. I don't want to fight with him. So why is he always where I am fighting with me? Why is he talking to my family behind my back and told them to lie to me about it? For years, I haven't talked to my family because he did that. You're not wanted in my life. No one invited you wherever it is I am. You don't need to know when I go to the gym or where that is. You need to fuck off. Okay, you need to get the fuck away from me. Just like that. Now, somebody's getting information to help me, to protect me from you, and doing something with it. And since you don't want to sit, you went, oh, there's no investigation, there's no police. Okay, then whatever it is you pretend it is, whoever it is you pretend they're leaking to, then pretend who your leaks are, retard. You know, it's not a crime to call you a name. You need to grow the fuck up. You need to put your big boy pants on, and you need to spend a day not bothering anybody. Just one day, go do something normal. Go home to your grandkids. Go see constituents. Do whatever you want to do, but don't you fucking bother me and my family again. Understood? Now, we've told you what you need to do if you want the guys to call you. And until you do it, they're not going to call you. They'll see you when they arrest you. Now, since you know everything, what day is that going to be? Yeah. See, you're just a bitch. You're just a pathetic, loser, weak-ass bitch. Get out of my life. Get out of it.